Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-November 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the remainder of November. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, Virgo, column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So we'll kick off with a summary affirmation card here. It's center. This is a nice centered, balanced last few weeks for you, Virgo. I haven't seen this card in a long time, so I love this for you. But things are nicely aligned. Things are nicely centered. Things are nicely balanced at this point in life for you. So hopefully that will continue into the next few weeks for you as well, because of course we love that kind of centered, balanced energy. But let's see what other messages we have here. We have our most helpful kitty. I accidentally just smooshed him with the card. Okay, first things first, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime I have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income, some sort of new money here, Virgo. So that's exciting to see, some new money coming in for you. Next up, we have the Hierophant. This is very traditional, very conventional. Again, we have a good routine going. We have good balance going. Things are nice and centered, nice aligned. This is also a card of expectation. So I feel like this new money, it definitely exceeded whatever expectations were there. And last but not least, at the bottom, we have the Magician. The Magician card is a card of inspired action. There was something that motivated you to go after this, motivated you to move on this, motivated to get this money, motivated you to get more aligned and centered and balanced. The Magician is also anything is possible with this card, so that's why we love it. Anything can happen with the Magician. Now let's take a look at our clarifiers. See what else we're working with here, Virgo. First up, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a dark, gloomy card. You see the skies are dark, the person's laying down flat. All of the swords are stuck into them. With the Ten of Swords, this is, again, feeling like we're in a low spot. The nice thing from here, we can only go up. So it's great to see the balance, the centered energy, the alignment. Potentially even having some financial issues too. So this financial aspect is really going to give you a large lift, which is good to see. The next card we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Swords, this is like finding out some sort of new information. This is new clarity. Yeah, I think this is finding out about the new money, Virgo, if I'm hearing correctly, or analyzing this correctly. So again, I feel like that's that new money exceeding expectations, but that Ace of Swords is just finding out about the new. At the bottom here, we have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of overdoing something. This is greed, envy, materialism, obsession. Again, very much so the act of overdoing things. So do be careful of that. Again, you're very inspired. You're very motivated here right now with the Magician. You want to get things done. Make sure we don't overdo it though. We don't have to be fully consumed to achieve what we want. Also, as new money comes in, don't go and run off and spend all that new money. Again, this is your chance to get ahead. This is a chance to get back on your feet, Virgo. Okay, taking a look at our next column, we have just in general what's coming for the remainder of November. We have a card that says space. Give yourself some time and space this month, Virgo. If you're not feeling like going out, stay home. If you're not feeling like being social that day, you don't need to be social. You can take space for yourself. You can take time for yourself, and it's not at all selfish. So give yourself a little bit of blank space. We call that white space. A little bit of downtime, a little bit of time for just you. Let's go ahead and take a look though and see what color or what cards we've got here. The first card we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card This is desires for long-term security. These are the things that we want. I think you need to take a step back here, Virgo, and figure out exactly what it is you want. That's why we need this white space. That's what we need this space, this time for. You need to get clear on what you want here. The next card that we have is the Death card. I always like to point out that the Death card doesn't mean death, but it does indicate big changes, transformation, things shifting, moving on to new things. Again, we need to get clear on what you want. Now I think maybe what you wanted 6 months ago or a year ago or 5 years ago is irrelevant, Virgo. So now we don't really have our eye on the prize. We don't really know what we want, so we need to reset here. Again, we're in this kind of transformation, we're in this kind of change, but then we don't necessarily know what it means. So we need to reset our priorities. We need to re-understand what our desires are. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of having lots of different things going on. This is, again, very non-committal. Again, I don't think you're committed to what your desires or wants used to be anymore. So there's so many different things that we thought we once wanted. So again, non-committal because we're just not clear out on what it is we want. What you wanted before is no longer what you want. So let's spend some time, give yourself some space and time in these next few weeks, Virgo, to figure that out. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very healing, very nurturing, very supportive. Again, this is that kind of soothing, quiet time with you. This is to hash things out. This is to make a plan. This is to write down pros and cons. It's that quiet space for you. It's a little bit of nurturing time for yourself. The next card we have is the Magician. The Magician is a card of inspired action. We talked about this already. Right now, though, we can't really take inspired action because we don't know where we're going. We don't know where this change, this transformation is. We don't know what our desires are. So it's really hard for the Magician to help us bring true those things we want when we're not clear on them. So especially important to get clear. And at the bottom, we have the Seven of Wands. Again, there's just conflicting things. There's different things we thought we once wanted. It's no longer what we want. You're almost like feeling like you need to defend why you used to want what you wanted to want. Did that make sense? You're almost having to defend what you used to want. But we don't need to do that anymore. What really needs to happen here, Virgo, is to reassess and figure out what it is you want here and now. Okay, moving on to our next column now, we're going to talk about anything related to money. So a quick money message here. It's an affirmation. Money is a tool I choose to use to build the life of my dreams. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. We got our sassy kitty helping still here. Yes, you're standing on my finger. Watch out. Okay, so first up we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is one of those cards that's always really favorable for you, Virgo. So favorable outcome for you right off the bat with the Judgment card. This is getting clarity on something though, or potentially making a decision. Looking at the rest of the cards, it definitely seems that there's a decision that needs to happen. With the clarity though, I think you'll get the information you need to make the decision, so that's always a big plus. Being in the know, having the detail you need. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is also a decision card. Anytime we have two of something on a card, we do have a decision to be made. So I feel like you have a decision to be made, and it's pretty significant. If you take a look, this person's holding the world in their hands. Virgo, just really quick, I'm going to turn on the light here because it's getting dark outside. But if you take a look at this card, this person has the world in their hands. So I feel like this decision is pretty significant. It's almost like, what career path do I go down? What investment do I make? It's not like your run-of-the-mill, easy-peasy, normal decision you make on a day-to-day. It's something more meaningful. It's something more important than that. And at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the ideal. I feel like there's a new opportunity coming in for you. The standard meaning of this card is like Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in shining armor. It's like the perfect. It's proposal, it's marriage. But in terms of that proposal, in terms of the opportunity, this is like the ideal opportunity. So I think you're going to have opportunities, but again, we need to be clear on what it is we want and make the decision to start to go after these kind of opportunities. But it's like once you make the decision, I feel like the opportunity is right there for you. looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. I feel like you could potentially be holding yourself back a little bit here, Virgo, so you want to break out of this a little bit. The other thing of this card, so like, again, just set your mind on what you want. Don't worry so much about how exactly you're going to get there. We just need to know at this stage what it is that you want, Virgo. So don't limit yourself saying, oh, I don't have the skills or the time or the money or the energy to do it. Again, just be clear on what it is you want at this exact time. The next card, the other meaning with this Eight of Swords, this is a card of isolation. So this goes back into this nice time and space card and giving yourself some white space, some time to think things through and figure out exactly what it is that you do want. The next card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving or receiving. It's interesting. I feel like you're so generous here, typically, Virgo. We give, 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 give. I feel like you've given a lot to your employer, but I don't know that you're receiving. So this is time to flip the switch and make sure you're getting the things that you need, not just giving, giving, giving. That's one of the decisions. It's one of the alignments that needs to happen. And at the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of being patient. So again, we just need to focus on what we want at this point, and then the opportunity will come. Like I said, I already see the opportunity there. If you're patient and confident that it's there, it's going to come through for you. So all good things there. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So a quick love message here for you, Virgo. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. I'm filming this on the 6th, so you know the time change just happened and the cat is protesting, thinking that it's his dinner time, and it's not. Anyways, love messages here. First and foremost, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. So some love movement happening really fast here, Virgo. Let's unpack that a little bit more and see what it is. But something love is moving very, very quickly these next few weeks. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has two strong different meanings. One of them, this fourth cup here, is like a surprise gift. So getting a surprise gift, which is great to see. The other meaning of this card is like lack of fulfillment, apathy, not really being content. If that's the case, it's nice because that's going to shift really, really fast for you here. So I feel like this could be news of finding out about the gift, or potentially, again, if you're feeling those not so good feelings, that's going to be a quick turnaround time for you. At the bottom, we have the Six of Wands. This is victory, award, recognition, good news, success. So again, it's either a shift in the way we're feeling or some sort of reward, some sort of gift. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card of leaving a legacy. So this is a pretty big deal. This thing that we're finding out about, this news is here to stay. It's long-term energy. The Ten of Pentacles can also be things like lump sum of money, retirement, inheritance. When we see in the love column, it's not typically tied directly to you, but it could be like family member, roommate. So there's some money movement around you, it seems. The next card that we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is like a gains card. So again, we're either gaining feelings in a positive way or we're gaining like a gift. So some sort of gain, some sort of lift there for the Nine of Pentacles. And at the bottom here, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of making voluntary changes. Especially for those of you kind of with lower feelings, these are some of the steps that we're going to do to make that improvement. This is also like about a curve in the road that we didn't see coming here, Virgo. So I feel like this could be unexpected, this quick shift that's coming, or this news that we're finding out, either or. It could be kind of unexpected. We didn't see it coming. We didn't know it was coming. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of fragments. So with this card, it means you're just getting bits and pieces of the information. You don't necessarily have the full picture, the full understanding at this point, Virgo. So just be aware of that and make decisions and act accordingly, knowing that we don't necessarily have all of the information in this moment, right? Looking at our cards, first up we have the King of Cups. I feel like, oh yeah, we did talk about the King of Cups earlier. This is, again, kind of riding the waves. And what I mean by this, or what the message is that's coming through here, it's like as you get bits and pieces of information, process them, understand, see how it impacts you, but kind of ride the wave until we get the next piece of information. So I feel like you're kind of just floating here. We're in this buoyant state. We're not really taking action because we don't have the information that we need necessarily at this point. So I see you just kind of floating, kind of bobbing along. We're not drowning by any means, but again, we're just getting bits and pieces of information. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. You see this person's gathering their swords. They're kind of running off here. You're going to want to run off. But again, I feel like the better option to just kind of float and wait till we get more information. At the bottom, we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of resting, retreating, renewing, recovering. It ties really nicely in with that summary affirmation card that we talked about earlier in terms of giving yourself time and space. This is a good time to capitalize, a good time to leverage this downtime, this quiet time. Make the best of it for yourself there, Virgo. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what other messages I have for you. Looking at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card. This is like getting across the finish line. You see how this card looks like a finish line here. So you will get across the finish line. You will get the information that you need. So don't doubt that. I know easier said than done. But for the time being, again, we kind of just need to float here. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, obstacles, challenges. I think the best fitting word I can give you here is the word obstacle. So again, we're waiting to find out what the next move is. We're waiting to find out what the next piece of information is. If we just take off running, I think there could be an obstacle there. There's something that we could prevent had we waited and collected a little bit more information first. And at the bottom, we have the Eight of Wands. Love to see this. This is speed, action, quick change. So information will definitely come in, and it'll come in relatively quickly for you. Just remember you don't have it all in the moment. Okay, now at this time I'm going to give the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, we can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Three of Diamonds. This is number 48 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the Queen of Hearts. This is number 23 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the King of Diamonds, the number 15 card. Also a yes. So yeses across the board there for you, Virgo. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. That's a crystal to keep with you through the month of November. You have Aventurine this month, which is good for inner and outer peace and helps you do things in the right time. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, never hurry, get plenty of exercise, always be cheerful, get all the sleep you need, expect to be well. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your November.